What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and thank you, Jay Buddha, because I'm never going to skip any opportunity to talk about anything Blood Angels related. The Blood Drinkers, like anybody can imagine, are a successor chapter of the Blood Angels. Their founding has some conflicting sources, but most recent documents say that they're part of an unknown founding. Their chapter master is Orlok, and on the surface level, they do adhere to the Codex Astartes. But why do I say on the surface level? Well, for the most part, they do follow to all the rules, keeping their chapter to 1,000 Space Marines as well as whatever other subsections that they need to adhere to. But what I'm positive that they don't follow, and is definitely not part of the Codex Astartes, is that they do participate in blood rituals. You see, for the most part, the Blood Drinkers are pretty much a standard successor chapter of the Blood Angels, having to deal with the similar curses and genetic flaws, but differing. Instead of denying or controlling one of their flaws, being the Red Thirst, they give themselves to it entirely and, like I said, participate in some ritualistic behaviors. In much of their early history of the 37th millennium, the Blood Drinkers were dwindling away slowly but surely, having many of their battle brothers succumb to the Black Rage and almost having no standard functioning Space Marines. One of their men, who we would come to know as Holos, would follow a dream, ascending a mountain and even coming in contact with an angel who gave him the wisdom to save the chapter. Space Marines would gather, all dropping their ranks save for the chaplains, and a serf would be amongst them who would willingly sacrifice their life and blood for them to drink. But the truth behind this whole activity goes even deeper. You see, the quote-unquote angel that Holos met was actually none other than Kairos Fate Weaver in disguise. Holos unknowingly would end up damning the whole chapter into a contract. This contract being that should any of the battle brothers fall to the Black Rage, a handful of them may be tempted by Kairos himself. While they are succumbed to the Black Rage, Kairos may tempt these battle brothers into accepting the powers of chaos. And should even one of them say yes, the whole chapter would fall. Luckily for them, that hasn't happened yet, but again, only one yes is required. In a somewhat luck of events, only the reclusiarch of the chaplaincy have been made privy to this information, so hopefully actions can be taken in order to prevent any damnation of the whole chapter. And yet, sadly, to this day, the whole chapter still partakes in this ritualistic behavior, both being their blessing and saving, while one day it could lead to utter damnation for them all. To this day, the Blood Drinkers are still loyal sons of the Imperium, having donated their gene seed and rebolstering the Blood Angels after the devastation of Baal, and also helping in other events such as the retaking of Ren's world. Their methods may be unorthodox and have a high risk, high reward ratio. But until the so-called devastation that Kairos eagerly waits for, they will continue to fight endlessly against the enemies of the Imperium as well as the arch traitors of the forces of chaos. At the very least, here we'd see that not all sons of Sanguinius carry the nobility that their gene father did. But with that being said, thanks again Jay Buddha for bringing this to my attention, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if there's anything you guys want to hear about next, and as always, remember to follow for more.